Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure and honor to present your new Grand Knight, Benjamin Equitan.
Thank you, worthy dealing Ken. Father June Balarote, Father Mike Imperial, past State Deputy Pat O'Donnell, worthy District Deputy Ken Levens, past Grand Knights, Chartered Grand Knight Mark Villaflor, all past Grand Knights that are present tonight, our Madam Ladies Auxiliary President Mila Makadat, my brothers in San Lorenzo Council 12278, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The world is experiencing increasing temperatures year over year. Triple-digit temperatures are now becoming normal in almost every corner of the world. When natural calamities happen, such as hurricanes, floods, and extreme heats, it is the poor, the farm workers, the migrant workers who are most vulnerable. Just imagine working under triple-digit heat in the farm the whole day, in retiring to your assigned campsite in a designated room just big enough to accommodate 4 persons with no cooling system and still with over 90 degrees temperature. The over 1,000 migrant workers in the Eastern Shore and their predicament to rest and sleep after work inspired the Calor de Amor, Heat for Love initiative. This project was conceptualized by Father Imperial, and he will explain to you the details of the project later. But I wanted to say that we are grateful for this opportunity to lead this effort. We are excited because it helps improve the living conditions of the migrant workers. It helps local farmers. Healthy and productive workers are key to sustainable business for the farmers. It helps maintain a reliable food supply chain, stable and reasonable prices, and therefore help us and the communities. With that said, we can argue that our donation may be viewed as an investment rather than a donation expense. As of tonight, our commitment reached 33 units. 20 units of this have been delivered. Over 80% of the total cost for these units have been remitted. It is an amazing start. We are also looking forward to the matching contribution of the workers to match our donations to the extent they can afford to buy more units. In my mind, this is an excellent trailblazing charitable business model initiative of this kind. On a separate note, it is my dream to work with you on a plan of doing an immersion project for interested Knights at the site in the future. We also have a bold vision regarding our Wednesday novenas and Mass. We wanted to explore the possibility of growing the prayer participants to over 100 or maybe over 200. Make it a regional prayer brigade. We will start talking about this subject in the coming weeks. Father Balarote, thank you for accepting our offer to be our chaplain. This is a huge win for us. We're looking forward to work with you and your parishioners towards making a positive contribution to the parish of St. Nicholas. Communication and messaging are key to the Council's growth and success. We will be deliberate in developing communication strategies and policies to ensure that our story is told effectively and consistently. Due to the pandemic, most Filipino American non-profit organizations will not be able to fundraise in a traditional way. Our council is no exception. We have already canceled our Hawaii night. Christmas caroling is now a tryst. Ladies in Red is also a tryst. All these are major fundraising events and generate significant cash donations in the past to fund our charitable causes. In response, we created a fundraising committee whose primary responsibility is to develop and execute creative fundraising campaigns. Our Adapt the Highway project will be temporarily shelved due to health risks to our volunteer brothers and sisters and restrictions imposed by the city. In the meantime, we decided to focus on helping maintain our home, the San Lorenzo Spiritual Center grounds. Recruitment of new members is challenging this year. We are hoping that our future work and future relationship with the parish of St. Nicholas will help in our recruitment efforts. Another committee was created to rethink on how we best can continue to be successful in this area. We will continue to be committed to our other traditional charitable projects, always bearing in mind the health, safety of our brothers and sisters and the people we serve. It is also important that as Catholic men of faith, we should be participating in a difficult discussion of worsening problem of racism. Pope Francis reminded all of us, and I quote, "We cannot tolerate or turn a blind eye to racism and exclusion in any form, and yet claim to defend the sacredness of every human life." 245 years of slavery, another 100 years to win civil rights legislation, yet injustices continue, and many lives wasted into racism. Controversial monuments remind them of their painful history, even as African American continues to be victims of racism. Those who were memorialized were the leaders of civil war, whose primary battle cry was the retention of slavery. Nowadays, every time teenage or young adult children goes out of the house, the fear of many American parents is, will they come back home alive? Similarly, with children, will the parents come back home every time they go out of the house? How many more Breonna Taylor? How many more George Floyd? Several studies recently published found African Americans who were convicted of murder are about 50% more likely to be innocent than other murderers and spend longer in prison before they are exonerated. Just imagine the negative implications to the children and their grandchildren and the next generation of families. As we speak, there are over 1,000 cases being reviewed by a nonprofit group of lawyers called Project Innocence. Majority of those involved are African Americans. As an Asian American and as a Filipino American, I am grateful to those African American brothers and sisters who sacrificed their lives to achieve the passing of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. This was a landmark legislation that outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. It also prohibits unequal application of voter registration requirements and racial segregation in schools, employment, and public accommodation. We could not have achieved whatever successes we have now. Our children and grandchildren have equal fighting chance to take advantage of the opportunities available for them to be the best they can be because of your sacrifices and your fight for equality. The sick, the mentally and physically challenged, the prisoners, the victims of discrimination, of political persecution, of racism, migrant workers, they are all our neighbors. This year's theme of order of leaving no neighbors behind was perfect in my view. It goes to the very core of Catholic faith. It reminds us of our responsibilities and our mandate as Catholic men of faith. A purpose life is a meaningful life. Lord, lead us to our purpose. Inspire us to pursue and find our purpose. Bless us with good health, wisdom, and energy to achieve it. Use us, Lord, to inspire and help others pursue, find, and achieve their purposes as well. God bless and good night, everyone.